have. Our pastor preached on the reconciliation of relationships between Jacob and Esau and applied it to our own need for reconciliation and relationships. And so as we think about that, that's a good one to think deeply about. This has been a great week. I've enjoyed reading your post about the soccer field and how it works. One of my concerns about leadership is that no two churches are identical. And to force a structure or a model upon another church is disastrous. I've seen pastors try to bring in what they prefer and their style of leadership and coerce it on another congregation, and it results in lots of hurt feelings and oftentimes division. It doesn't mean that we can't learn from another model and incorporate some of those lessons into one, but we need to be very sensitive to it. There are so many differences between the size of churches, the location, whether it's a village or a metropolitan area, the culture of the church, the constitution and bylaws. All of those things play a very important part of understanding and ministering effectively in a congregation. I like to put it in fun terms, but in reality, the power of influence is so strong and so significant. Oftentimes it's overlooked, whether that's the influence of a pastor or the influence of an important member of a church. I lovingly refer to it as Aunt Bessie. Aunt Bessie has never been on the board, but she is a person of great influence. And unless Aunt Bessie approves, that decision will not go forward. So Aunt Bessie reads the board agenda before the meeting and tells Charlie how he is to vote. Or the board makes a decision, and then when Aunt Bessie hears about it, she says, "Oh, no, we're not going to do that." And the next day, the decision is changed. Now, as leaders, whether we're the pastor or a staff leader, we need to learn how to work within that church structure and the influence of Aunt Bessie. That's another whole long subject, but it's a crucial issue to understand that congregation. I have said it many times, and I will continue to say it, that more pastors fail to effectively minister in a church because of lack of understanding of the culture of the congregation than pastors who fail because of moral or integrity issues. The power of influence is crucial. We must understand that. Some of you have talked about the matter of policies, and I have worked on that. I think it's helpful just to develop some simple policies. Maybe you wouldn't look at them as simple from my perspective, but what is the position? To whom does that person report? What's the purpose of it? And what are the responsibilities? Those kind of things can simplify and make it very simple. If you want more information, shoot me an email. We are looking at some very interesting assignments. I think that you will find them very helpful. The one that is due this week, of course, is the one about planning and scheduling your time. That's just a great thing to think through and evaluate yourself and understand some principles. And then the one that's coming up that you need to get on your mental agenda is the pastor interview that is due in week 6. Get an appointment scheduled with your pastor. And if you're the pastor, then you need to interview another pastor from a nearby church so that you can get perspective from more than just your own self. As a last resort, you might interview a staff pastor that would not be my preference. I will accept it though. If you're in a large church, you probably will have difficulty getting access to the lead pastor. Therefore, I encourage you to interview one of the staff pastors to gain these kinds of perspectives. It refers to, in the assignment, to Williford and Williford book. Of course, if you don't have that, you have the Osborne book. You would use that one. So, God bless you in this new week. Keep loving the Lord God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. God bless you.